Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm PK, a travel specialist, and I make videos on traveling around the world and motivates people to travel with all passion and enthusiasm. For more ideas on destination knowledge, make sure you click on subscribe and the bell icon to travel together. Today, I'm making a video on how to experience Inca Trail in Machu Picchu, Peru. So, let's begin. South America is quite possibly the most diverse continent in the world. Its landscapes range from arid desert to lush rainforest and jagged Andean peaks to windswept Patagonian plains. This profusion of habitats supporting a stunning array of wildlife. Cutting-edge cities, ancient citadels, and sleepy colonial villages hint at the rich and distinctive culture here, and world-famous carnivores and exotic yet familiar song and dance confirm the continent's reputation for exuberant arts. Whatever your interest and expectations, South America will exceed them all. Heartland of the Inca Empire, enigmatic land of the Andes and the Amazon, Peru is South America at its most iconic and awe-inspiring. Welcome to Peru. You are about to embark on an unforgettable journey deep into the heart of Peru. This diverse and compact country packs a punch for the senses, from breathtaking scenery, rich culture, heritage and folklore, dazzling local crafts and markets, and mouth-watering flavors. From towering Andean peaks to sunny beaches, sweeping deserts and verdant Amazonian jungles, Peru has a natural setting to please any traveler, whether they are avid trekkers or sand-seeking beach bums. Be mesmerized by ancient sites like Machu Picchu and the Nazca Lines. Discover the depths of Colca Canyon or the heights of Lake Titicaca and the natural diversity of Manu National Park. Sink your teeth into the culinary delights that have made Peruvian tables famous throughout the globe. Rest your head at some of the world's most exclusive and luxurious hotels and resorts. Explore Peru's ancient mysticism and healing traditions, or indulge in more modern and cosmopolitan retail therapy. Whatever your pleasure or passion, you are sure to find it in the cities, highlands, valleys, rivers, lakes, and jungles of Peru. Before moving on, let us check out the fast facts of Peru. Location. Peru is located on South America's Pacific coast. It is bordered by Ecuador and Colombia in the north, Brazil and Bolivia to the east, and Chile to the south. Peru is over 5 times larger than the UK. The country is divided into 3 regions: the Pacific coastal area, the highlands including the Andes mountain range, and the Amazon rainforest, which covers 60% of the country. Capital city, set roughly at the center of Peru's long Pacific coast. The capital city Lima is the country's international gateway and is a bustling modern city. The majority of tours to Peru begin and end in Lima. Language. Spanish, Quechua, and Aymara are the official languages of Peru. English is widely spoken in the main tourist areas. Time zone, GMT -5 hours. Currency. The currency is the Nuevo Sol. Credit cards are widely accepted, but is advisable to carry cash in smaller towns. Religion. Around 90% of the population is Roman Catholic. Climates. Visitors to Peru will experience a full range of climates. Coastal area, subtropical. The Amazonas, equatorial. The Andes region, cool. So now, let's move on to the wonderful experience of your lifetime. Machu Picchu. The magnificent Inca citadel is Peru's undoubted highlight. Its extraordinary location and history are simply breathtaking. Any first-time visit to Peru would be incomplete without a trip to the country's undeniable symbol, Machu Picchu. This 15th century Inca site sits 7,970 feet above sea level against the iconic backdrop of a moss-covered peak, Huayna Picchu, rising into the clouds. It is Peru's most visited attractions, and a bucket list item for any traveler. As one of the world's prime visitor attractions, the grandeur of Machu Picchu transcends its popularity and astounds even the most word-weary of travelers. Hidden until 1911, when American explorer Hiram Bingham reported it to the world, the magnificent Inca city rests between two lushly forested peaks, its seemingly inaccessible location making it all the more impressive. Whether you are exploring the sites, many temples and tombs, admiring the sweeping view from the watchman's hut, or marveling at the ingenuity of the Incas and their sacred astronomical stones, a guided tour of Machu Picchu brings the citadel to life. Machu Picchu is an epic sight to behold as travelers literally step back into time to discover this ancient wonderland. Perfectly preserved stone structures lay history out in front of your eyes as you wander the rooms and forming terraces, all with the magnificent setting of the towering Andes around you, built on a mountain ridge overlooking the Secret Valley. The majestic city of Cusco has one of the best preserved historical fusions of any city in South America, as well as a uniquely intoxicating atmosphere. Nestled in a fertile valley at an altitude of 3,400 meters, Cusco held strategic importance as the capital of the vast Inca Empire from the 13th century right up to the Spanish conquest. A scenic drive from Cusco takes you to the Sacred Valley of the Incas, a winding and fertile valley that was at the spiritual and commercial heart of the Inca Empire. Inca sites are set high on steep mountainsides, and the spectacular scenery and traditional markets in the valley make it a highly rewarding place to visit before continuing on to Machu Picchu. Travelers wishing to explore its secrets have a wealth of options for getting there, depending on fitness level and how long they wish to stay. When embarking on any Andean trip, you will need to be relatively fit and properly acclimatized, though options now exist to cater for varying levels of physical fitness. Furthermore, though some treks involve simple camping with limited facilities, this is no longer the only way to enjoy trekking in Peru, with more comfortable lodge-based options emerging in recent years. But one of the most popular and rewarding ways to visit Machu Picchu is to hike the Inca Trail, a historic mountain trail that leads from Cusco into the heart of the Andes. The historic link between the city of Cusco and the lost city of the Incas slips you out of this world and entirely into another. Along a journey deep into the heart of the Andes, the culmination of which is magnificent entrance through the Sun Gate on Machu Picchu Mountain. Also, the Inca Trail, one of the most iconic treks in the world, is a tough but incredibly rewarding hike following the ancient path used by messengers bringing news from outposts of the Inca Empire to the citadel Machu Picchu. The trail crosses high mountain passes and rocky terrain featuring views of snow-capped peaks, as well as gentler stretches through ancient valleys and verdant cloud forest. Along the route, you will also see many otherwise inaccessible Inca ruins such as Runcaraqui and Puyupatamaca, which help place Machu Picchu into a wider context. Your final reward is the spectacular view of Machu Picchu from high above the city at the Intipunku Sun Gate. The Inca Trail as it exists today consists of three overlapping trails, the Salkantay, Classic and One Day. Most tourists will hike the Classic Inca Trail, a 4-day trek that traverses through local settlements, Incan archaeological sites and into high altitudes with nothing but sweeping views of iconic moss-covered peaks. After spending your days connecting with nature and nights sleeping under the stars, it is pure magic to arrive at Machu Picchu as the sun peaks over Huayna Picchu welcome you back in time. A shorter option is available over 2 days and 1 night. For visitors who wish to see Machu Picchu in a day, there are trains that leave from Cusco, Urubamba or Ollantaytambo, either as a day trip or with an overnight in nearby Machu Picchu Pueblo. After arriving in Machu Picchu Pueblo, travelers have the options to get to Machu Picchu by bus for about $20 round trip or on foot along a 5-mile walking route. The Salkantay track is the longest of the three routes and by far the most challenging with the highest mountain pass. The track offers a great alternative for hikers seeking magnificent Andean scenery on a far less busy route to Machu Picchu. The 4-day track takes in a stunning array of landscapes, including the snow-capped peaks of Huayna and Salkantay, Andean farming communities, and the small Inca site of Kente. The final descent is towards the Urubamba River and Machu Picchu Pueblo, where you will spend the night in a hotel before visiting Machu Picchu the following morning. Hikers do not have to be avid adventurers to complete the trail, but it helps to be in shape. The track has several challenging sections and reaches an altitude of 13,600 feet. It is a good idea to arrive in Cusco a few days prior to your trek in order to acclimate to the conditions. Travelers must have their passport to enter the Inca Trail, have cash on hand to tip porters and guides, as well as purchase snacks along the way. Dress in layers as temperatures change throughout the day and can become quite cold at night and at higher altitudes. Machu Picchu receives thousands of visitors each day. To protect the trail from erosion, only 500 people are allowed on it per day, 200 of which are trekkers and the rest being guides and porters. Please note that the Inca Trail closes every February for maintenance. At last, whichever path you choose, it is sure to sweeten an already epic experience at one of the new 7 wonders of the world.